Hi, today we are going to do lesson 5-8, solving equations by multiplying fractions. Okay, so you know how to do equations that involve multiplication by dividing each side. Well, when you divide a fraction, you are actually multiplying by its reciprocal. So that's what we're going to do today. We are going to multiply by reciprocal. So our first equation, we have 5a equals 1/7. Okay, a is being multiplied by 5. Ordinarily, I would say divide by 5. We are going to multiply by the reciprocal of 5, which is 1/5. Okay, remember, when you multiply by a fraction by a whole number, that whole number is over 1. So this all cancels out, and you're left with a. Now on the other side, multiply by 1/5. 1 times 1 is 1, and 7 times 5 is 35. So the answer to that question is 1/35. Okay, our next one, we have 2y equals 7/9. And to get rid of this 2, instead of dividing by 2, we are going to multiply by 1/2. Remember, multiplying by a reciprocal is the same as dividing. Multiply by 1/2. Okay, so on the first side we have y, and on the second side we have 7 times 1, which is 7, and 9 times 2, which is 18. And that doesn't need to be simplified any further. Okay, when you have common factors, the 5 and the 10, see the denominators have common factors, then when you are multiplying, you will get to cancel things out. So we're going to multiply by the reciprocal of 4/5 because that's what's with our variable. So we're going to multiply by 5/4 on both sides. Okay, on this side we're left with just m. On the other side, our 5 and our 10 have a common factor of 5. So the 5 becomes a 1 and the 10 becomes a 2. We divided both of those by 5. And that leaves us with 9 times 1, which is 9, and 2 times 4, which is 8. 9/8 is an improper fraction, so we simplify that to 1 and 1/8. Okay, our next problem, we have 5/4 d equals 5/4. Multiply both sides by the reciprocal, which would be 4/5. Multiply by 4/5. Over here we have d. Look at this. The 5s are going to cancel out, and the 4s are going to cancel out, and you're just going to get 1. d equals 1 on that one. Okay, I would like for you to try, well, I'll do the first two, and then you try the second two. All right, so I have negative 14/25k equals 8/15. Again, we're going to multiply by the reciprocal of the number that is being multiplied by your variable. Reciprocal of negative 14/25 is negative 25/14. Both sides, negative 25/14. Over here, we have k. Let me show you what cancels out. Okay. We have k on this side. Over here, my 8 and my 14 are both even. So the 8 divided by 2 is 4, if I can make a 4. And 14 divided by 2 is 7. Okay? The 15 and the 25 are both divisible by 5. 15 divided by 5 is 3. Negative 25 divided by 5 is negative 5. Now we're ready to multiply across. 4 times negative 5 is negative 20. 3 times 7 is 21, and our answer is negative 20/21. And the next one, negative 6/7 r equals 3/4. Multiply by the reciprocal times negative 7/6 times negative 7/6. Over here we have r. Over here, I have some things that can cancel. My 6 and my 3 are both divisible by 3. So that's a 1 and a 2 after you divide that. And then we have 1 times negative 7 is negative 7, and 4 times 2 is 8. I would like for you to try the next two by yourself, which means you need to press pause, then work them out, then press play again to see how you did. Okay, let's see how you did. On this one, negative 10/13 b equals negative 2/3. We multiply both sides by negative 13 over 10. Over here on this side, the 2 and the 10 are both divisible by 2. The 2 reduced down to 1, the 10 reduced down to 5. Don't forget you have a negative here and a negative here. A negative times a negative is a positive. So we have 13 on the top and 15 on the bottom. On our other one, we have negative 6n equals 3 over 7, multiplied by negative 1/6, multiplied by negative 1/6. The 6 and the 3 are both divisible by 3. The top divides down to 1, the bottom divides down to 2. 1 times negative 1 is negative 1. 7 times 2 is 14. Okay, if you have a mixed number with a variable, you have to turn it into an improper fraction. Just like any time you're multiplying or dividing with fractions, you need them to be in improper fraction form rather than mixed number form. So the first thing you're going to do is turn this into an improper fraction. 3 times 2 is 6 plus 1 is 7. So what you actually have is 7 over 2n equals 28. Okay? Then we can go on and do the problem. We're going to multiply by the reciprocal of 7 over 2, which is 2 over 7. Multiply by 2 over 7. Remember, this is 28 over 1. Okay? We have some canceling to do. The 7 and the 28 are both divisible by 7. This one divides down to 1. This divides down to 4. And we have n equals 4 times 2 is 8. Bottom number, 1 times 1 equals 1. We don't have to write over 1 because, as we know, 8 over 1 is 8. Your teacher needs a shelf to hold a set of textbooks. Each textbook is 1 5/8 inches wide. How many books will fit on a 26-inch long shelf? I'm going to give you a couple little clues, and then you're going to do this problem yourself. The width of each book times the number of books is the width of the bookshelf. Okay, I'd like you to press pause right now, work this problem out, and then press play to see how you did. Okay, let's see how you did. The width of each book, the width of each book was 1 5/8. Times means times. Number of books is X, we don't know that. Is means equal. And the width of the bookshelf is 26 inches. So, oh, I did it again. Goodness. So, I squished it together so it'd be easier to work with, and I changed 1 5/8 to an improper fraction. 1 times 8 is 8 plus 5 is 13. So we have 13/8 x equals 26. And then we multiplied both sides by the reciprocal, which is 8 over 13. Over here, 13 and 26 are both divisible by 13. The 13 divides down to 1, and the 26 divides down to 2. And move it back up so I can hit that x. When you multiply that out, 2 times 8 is 16. 1 times 1 is 1. We don't need to put that as a denominator, so you can fit 16 books on that shelf.